Good morning, bestie. It is the week of New Year's Eve, and we are in for an epic end of the year, beginning of 2025 drama extravaganza with the moon entering Aquarius right as we ring the new year. Let's get to it. If you're new here, my name is Graciela Moore. I am an ICF certified personal coach. I love the moon and astrology. And what I've done here is combine a personal interest of all of this mumbo jumbo, as I like to call it, and everything I know about positive psychology, coaching, marketing, sales, running a business, running a home, etc., and turned it into a weekly motivational journey that we can all take together and that we can then observe how we grow, how we manifest, how are we making all of our dreams come true, how are we showing up in a way that lets people know that we are serious about the work that we are doing, how are we just evolving together, alone, as a family, as a single person. It doesn't matter. We are all under the same moon. We're under the same sky. And all of this astrology is happening, whether you believe it or not. It doesn't matter what people are doing or thinking or where they come from. There's astrology happening. So here we are. And this moon is starting out beautifully with a black moon in Capricorn. Now, you might be wondering, Graciela, you've never talked about a black moon before. What's a black moon? Listen, there's so many ways to talk about it. There's so many names to this one thing in the sky, historically speaking, and just energetically speaking. There's a lot that can be said, right, about the moon. But the same way that a second full moon in a single month is called a blue moon, a second new moon in a single month is called a black moon. Now there's also the dark moon, which some people call when the moon is completely shadowed, no line, no light whatsoever. Some people do call that the dark moon as well. And then once there's a tiny sliver of light, then that's a new moon in some practices. But still, I digress. This new moon in Capricorn is epic for manifesting. Now, some people do not manifest in the new year. Some people do not necessarily manifest for all the new moons. We've definitely discussed before how a new moon during the eclipse season of the year, it's more of a dipping our toes in the water than full-on manifesting, planting seeds and letting that, grow. But a new moon on New Year's, it's just so poetic, in my opinion. Maybe not. You let me know. What do you think? Is it poetic? Let me know in the comments now. We do have our favorite Capricorns in the community, our beloved Peter and our beloved noble Ron. They both had birthdays this past week, so happy birthday to you, Peter and Noble. And happy birthday to anyone listening or watching who is a Capricorn. Let me know in the comments. I'm always snooping around to see what your zodiac signs are, etc. But all in all, I wanted to remind you Capricorns that this is the first new moon where Pluto is officially 100% in Aquarius since the past at least decade. If you don't want to think back on all 16 plus years of your life and how that has transpired, if you're a Capricorn with Pluto in it for the past, over a decade, then just narrow it down to a decade if you're in the mood to review. And how was your life the past 10 years? And now how are you maybe seeing chaos or, smooth riding into the new year? There's two sides to every coin, and depending on your birth chart, all of these things that I bring up may come up differently for you, or show up or not show up at all. Or you may feel them in a way that is different to everyone else and how they flow through the astrology, because we're all different, even though the astrology is the same. It really isn't. The astrology that I look up online for today at 8 a.m. in the Blue Ridge Mountains is not the same as the astrology today at 8 a.m. in the Pacific Northwest. It just isn't. I feel like I'm babbling a lot, but let's get to it. I'm just so excited to be here today because it's the end of the book, and to me that is so sentimental. Look at this. My beloved Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace, the 2024 agenda comes to an end this week. This is the last page. It's my little bio, so cute. But here is the work for the new moon in Capricorn that we're going to discuss today, right there on the very end of the book. And we're starting the week with a new moon in Capricorn, but by Wednesday, the moon will be in Aquarius, starting the year, ringing in that Gregorian year with the air of innovation, which is Aquarius, with a sense of community, which is Aquarius, but also, dun dun dun, the fact that Pluto is in Aquarius. And so with the moon entering Aquarius, there's not necessarily conflict, but just a heavier weight than already there with Pluto in Aquarius. The moon is just going to add that emotional depth that we sometimes tend to avoid because we don't want to confront our feelings or because we're in a bit of denial. And let me tell you, the 5 stages of grief, we go through them, we ebb and flow through the stages of grief 100 times a day, depending on the things that we're talking about, we care about, or the things that we're doing. In my opinion, of course, all alleged. Sometimes, think about it. How do you react when you don't get what you want? How do you react when things don't go your way? How do you feel? How do you handle feeling betrayed when there's not necessarily a betrayal there, but just people going about their life and what they're doing not necessarily resonating with you at a deeper level? How do we maneuver all those things? The emotional depth that we bring to the table and the emotional intelligence that we use as a tool is part of how we handle those things. Not necessarily so that we show up with a smile in our face, but it's about showing up with our wits about us and showing up grounded. This is what I believe. This is what I know to be true about this moment, at least for me. And this is what I would like to happen, whether it's just for me or whether it's for someone else. All in all, the emotional intelligence, it's just like number one, right? We've talked about this for so many episodes. So the moon in Aquarius on New Year's Eve with Pluto in the picture, I mean, off the top of my head, drink responsibly or try not to drink. How about that? It's not that hard. Because Pluto could be drama. Aquarius will definitely tell you how it's thinking. And if it doesn't tell you how it's thinking, it will definitely do something about it. And the goal of Aquarius as a whole for us is that we don't just do the same thing. Don't make the same mistakes. Don't repeat the same old patterns. Aquarius wants you to innovate. But innovation is not just about technology. Innovation is about deciding that last year when this happened, I reacted in this way and I did this or I didn't do this one thing. If this happens again this year, this is the boundary that I would like to set. This is the decision that I would like to hold on to or stand on. This is the belief that I am grasping so that I can then move into this situation with grace, with groundedness, and with, again, my wits about me. How does that resonate? I feel like that's a lot, but New Year's Eve parties can be a lot. If you're anything like me, an older millennial with a small, child, then by midnight you're in bed. So you're good to go. Now let's continue with the week ahead. Mars is still retrograde. Mars will be retrograding until I think February, so we will corroborate next time. The thing about Mars being retrograde is that it adds a level of not laziness, but it slows things down. With Mercury, there's a level of delay when there's a retrograde, but with Mars, it governs our body, the machine that we use to carry ourselves. It also governs machinery, cars, vehicles, and it governs every action that we take. It governs war and conflict, obviously, Mars, but it definitely also governs, in a way, resolution, because that's an action to be taken. And when it's retrograde, think about the opposite of taking action: procrastination. The opposite of taking action: feeling stuck. So adding to the mix that Mars retrograde gives this new moon a level of accountability when it comes to setting boundaries. Remember, Capricorn is an earth sign. So it's about the things that we do on the earth plane. It's not so much about the spiritual side or the dreamy side like Cancer or Pisces, both water signs, right? It's about tradition and money, yes. It's about the things that we spend on. It's about wisdom and strategic action to go up the mountain. Remember about the goat going up the mountain? But there's a level of accountability that comes with Capricorn and the wisdom that it holds out of, in my opinion, all the earth signs, Virgo and Taurus, which is that old soul type of vibe that Capricorn brings. If you think about it, Taurus is early earth. It's spring. Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac, so it's very early on in the zodiac journey. So there's a level of not immaturity to that, but just freshness to it. By the time we go into Virgo, we're already shedding, we're starting to shed a lot of what we've learned, a lot of the lessons that we would like to definitely be without, so on and so forth. So by the time we close this whole, show with Capricorn, there's a lot of wisdom involved in this one earth sign. I mean, think about it. Who are the Capricorn people that you know in your life? Are they old souls? Do they carry themselves with a level of unseen maturity that really allows them to connect at a deeper level or at a higher level? It's just so fascinating, in my opinion. And so, what are the boundaries that you would like to set for yourself? Not just for New Year's Eve, but for the coming season. It's officially winter, right? And so these boundaries of energy, where I spend it, how I spend it, and how I want to make sure that I recoup my bearings. How do I want to make sure that I gather up my strength to continue to work through this season of the sticks, season of the snow, season of cold, season of frigid, season of not doing much because I just want to be under the covers. There's just a lot to think about. Now, by the end of the week, already into 2025, we close out the week with the moon in Pisces. So if you don't have the Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace 2025 manifestation agenda / journal, then don't forget that every time there's a Pisces moon, I recommend you keep that journal handy. Pisces is deep water, dreams, insight, revelations, ideas, what do you want to call it? And so a moon in Pisces is a perfect opportunity to journal about those dreams and see what comes up. It may be gibberish, or it may just be that you gain some clarity about something that you've been struggling with. It may be that you see a clue as to something that could hopefully protect you, or even better, give you bigger insight into some of your biggest questions. So let me know how the weekend goes for you, because I always like to touch base. You know how I am. I'm always texting back and forth with the Swifty chat and Emma. I love you so much. And the besties on TikTok, my bestie Angela. I'm sending you so much love. Margarita, buenos días. Avísame si quieres que te dé esta información en español para entonces ver cómo puedo traducir todo esto. That was just Spanish, a little intermission, letting my friends in Puerto Rico know that if they wanted this in Spanish, I could totally make it happen. And so, yeah, I'm so excited. Are you? Let's talk about this new moon in Capricorn, the journaling questions from the book, and the affirmation that goes with it. This is your chance to get your journal and take some notes. With the idea that this is the prime new moon for manifesting, these questions will hopefully help you get some clarity as to how you want to move on into the next year. Question number 1. Pondering my future plans. How can I harness the strength and success of this past year and employ it for future success? And question number 2, looking back at this year, what did I do well? What am I proud of? And what do I still need to work on? An affirmation to go into this new moon, into the new year, or for the year ahead. I align myself with my true purpose. I am focused, determined, and capable of achieving my goals. My path is illuminated. And with the hope in my heart, I move forward with confidence. I trust in my ability to navigate challenges and celebrate successes. In the book, you get a chance to journal your answers right here and then paint over them, which is one of my favorite mindfulness activities. You are not required to paint over it. I have a lot of moons here that I have covered in black but not really done any designs over them. I do want to show you one that I painted on, one of my favorites, that new moon in Taurus. So every month you're invited to journal and paint. The instructions are there. The paint doesn't have to be fancy. Think Dollar Tree, whatever paint you have. And so I'm excited to journal about these questions and paint, and of course diving into the new year with so much hope in my heart that we can all really figure out whatever in your life is keeping you up or stressing you out. It is all figure outable, I promise. And of course, we will do it together. Let's dive into the meditation. If you're willing and able, please settle down, close your eyes, and just relax. But if you're driving, do not close your eyes, just listen. Music for this meditation is brought to you by Brain FM. As you know, I swear by them. Music for your brain to be able to read, focus, unwind, sleep, or meditate. Go into the meditation setting, unguided, winds and chimes. Let's get to it. Now follow my lead as I guide you through some deep breath work so that we can ground and settle into these affirmations and flow easily into the week ahead. With me, take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep, deep breath in. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale through your mouth. Nice and slow. Long exhale all the way. Hold hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale once more through your nose. Deep, 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 deep inhale. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale nice and slow. And as you settle into this exhale and feel the weight of your body as you relax into this moment, I want you to imagine, envision, or picture the darkest sky ahead. It is abundantly dark and filled with so many stars, and there is no moon to be seen. And in this moment, under this canopy of sparkle and magic, you're sitting in front of a fire that moves and crackles and illuminates so much of where you are. And every ebbing and flowing flame is a reminder that this present moment is filled with life. It is filled with fuel, despite how cold and dark and still everything else is. And in this one place, you sit and ponder how you can bring life and energy and fuel some of the things that you feel stuck about. With me, take a deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath in, hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your mouth, nice and slow. Exhale through your mouth. Hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale once more. Through your nose, hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your mouth, nice and slow. And as you exhale, remember these affirmations. I align myself with my true purpose. I am focused, determined, and capable of achieving my goals. My path is illuminated, and with the hope in my heart, I move forward with confidence. I trust in my ability to navigate challenges and celebrate successes. I am safe. I am guided. I am protected. I am so grateful. I am ready. With with me. Take one more deep breath. Fill your lungs till you have no room for air. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale through your mouth. Long exhale. Hold it at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. And inhale one last time. Through your nose. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. And as you settle into this exhale and settle into your body, slow down your breath and come to. Slowly open your eyes and come back to me. Don't mind my little tiger Band-Aid. Got a little boo-boo in the kitchen yesterday, but it's all good. I'm so grateful for you, Luis Aguilar. Thank you for buying the book. Thank you for connecting, and thank you for following the journey. Cece, I love you so much. And of course, everyone else, if you're new here, let me know who you are in the comments. Where are you tuning in from? And what are you looking forward to the most in 2025? I love you all so much. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much that helps. Liking or commenting always, definitely always helps. And of course, follow me on social media. All of the links are in the bio. And I will see you all next year.